Think about those typical mornings, the alarm's gone off, everyone's kind of rushing around trying to get out the door. It can be, well, pretty chaotic.
Oh, absolutely. A real whirlwind sometimes. And it's often in those really quick moments, those little interactions, that you see a lot about family dynamics.
Exactly. So today we're going to do a bit of a deep dive into one of those moments. It's just a short conversation, really, between a father and his son, Alex.
Okay.
The dad's getting ready for work, heading out, and he starts off pretty simply, asking, Alex, do you need anything for school today?
Right. Seems like a standard check-in. But it also kind of shows the dad's thinking about Alex's day, his needs. What does Alex say back?
Alex says, thank you, Dad, but I don't need anything right now. I will tell you if I need something later. Sounds polite, like he's got it handled.
Independent.
But then the father asks him to come say goodbye before he leaves.
Ah, okay. So shifting from the practical stuff like school supplies to something more about connection, maybe? Emotion?
Yeah, seems like it. But Alex's response is, I'm sorry, Dad, I can't right now. I am busy. I have to finish my work.
Ooh, okay. That could create a little friction, couldn't it? The dad might hear that as, I don't know, brushing him off?
That's kind of what happens next. The father says, Alex, I know you. Are you playing video games? Please stop for a little while and say goodbye.
So an assumption there, maybe based on past stuff or just, the usual parental concerns about games.
Right. But Alex has a totally different reason.
Okay.
He insists, no, Dad, why don't you trust me? I am doing my homework. I always work on it in the morning, really.
So there's a disconnect, maybe, about routines. The father's assumption doesn't match what Alex says he's actually doing.
And Alex explains why he's doing homework then. He says it's because I go to Riley's home every night to work on a school project.
Ah, okay. That changes things, doesn't it? It's not just messing around. It's a school commitment taking up his time. Riley, his friend.
Yeah, Riley. And what's really interesting is the dad's reaction. He goes, oh, sorry, I forgot. I couldn't remember what project you were working on.
That forgetfulness. It could just be, dad's got a lot on his plate, work, family details. It's easy to let something slip.
Yeah.
But it does show a bit of a gap there.
For sure. He then asks, what kind of project is it? And Alex has to remind him, I told you before, Dad, it's a science project for school.
Right.
And the father says, oh, that's great. I want to know more about your project. Why don't you tell me about it?
Okay, so he's trying to reconnect there, showing interest now, even though he forgot earlier. It's like an attempt to bridge that gap.
Yeah. So let's think about the dad's side for a second. Why is he always in such a rush in the morning? He actually explains it.
Right.
He says, I need to go to work so I can take care of you and Mom. I need to pay for our home, your school, and everything we need.
Right. So, laying out his reasons, he sees his work directly linked to providing for the family. That's why he has to leave early. Makes sense.
And Alex, he seems to get it. He replies, yeah, okay, Dad. Thank you for everything you do for us. We have everything we need at home.
That's pretty understanding from Alex. Shows he appreciates his dad's efforts.
Yeah, definitely. But then the conversation shifts a little. The father suggests, so why don't we have breakfast together, just you and me? And he mentions that Alex's mom isn't home.
Oh, interesting. So the usual routine is different because Mom's out and Dad sees maybe an opportunity.
Exactly. And Alex is really surprised. He says, breakfast. You never eat breakfast here, Dad. I thought you liked to eat at your office.
Huh. Yeah, kids notice those patterns, don't they? Alex has a clear picture. Dad eats breakfast at work, not home.
So the father explains, yes, but it's different today, son. Your mom is not here. I want to have breakfast with you. Come on.
So he's actively pushing for it, using this change, this absence of Mom, as a reason to, connect with Alex.
Alex is still a bit unsure, though. He says, right now, I am not hungry, Dad, and I have to finish my homework today. Thank you.
Still focused on his work. Maybe a little hesitant about this unexpected break, too.
Could be. But the father gently insists, come on, my son. It's a great idea. Let's have breakfast together. Please come. And, well, eventually, Alex agrees.
Persistence pays off, so they are going to actually sit down together. That's a change.
It is. And we even find out what they're having. Pizza. The dad asks, let's eat your pizza. Isn't it your favorite? You still like it, right?
Trying to connect over something familiar. Something he remembers Alex liking. But tastes change, don't they?
They sure do. Alex says, not really. I liked pizza a lot when I was younger. I don't like it as much anymore.
See, it's a small thing, pizza preference, but it shows how you need to keep sort of checking in. People change.
True. Anyway, while they're eating, the talk gets more personal. Alex mentions something about school. Well, one of her teachers at school had an accident in the laboratory.
Okay, so now they're sharing news. Dad's getting a window into Alex's school world.
Yeah, Alex explains his English teacher, Roger, was walking and then he slipped and fell down, broke his leg. And he is not going to come to school for a while.
Oh, wow. That's tough. How does the dad react?
He sounds concerned. Oh, no, I'm sorry to hear that. Is he okay now? Was he hurt badly? You know, showing empathy.
Right. That's good.
Alex confirms it was a broken leg and then adds, yes, of course, we visited him last week. Mom made a cake for him and we all went to his house to say hello.
Oh, that's really nice. Shows the family, well, Alex's mom, especially being thoughtful. And the kids, too, visiting their teacher. Community spirit.
The dad's pleased to hear it. He says, I am really happy about that. Your mom makes very good cakes. They are always delicious.
Praising his wife's baking, yeah. A little moment of shared appreciation there.
But this leads Alex to make an interesting observation. He says, yeah, because she's always at home, so she knows everything about what happens to me.
That's telling, isn't it? It might not be meant as a complaint, but it definitely highlights a difference. Mom's more tuned in, maybe because she's physically present more often.
The father picks up on this. He says, well, I know she has more time than I do because she doesn't work outside the home, but I have to go to work.
He acknowledges it. He knows she's around more, and again, links his own absence to his work responsibilities.
But then he adds something important. Maybe. I know I haven't been around as much, but I will try to make more time for you now.
Okay, that's a big moment, a clear promise, isn't it? To actually change things, be more present.
It is. But Alex, well, he remembers other times. He says, why do you say that? Because you said the same thing last time. You said you would spend time with me, but you couldn't.
Ouch. Yeah, that hits home. It shows there's a history there, maybe of good intentions that didn't quite happen. Trust needs rebuilding. It's not just about words now. It needs action.
The father hears that. He says, I know it was hard for me too. I had to work for you and your mom. So he acknowledges Alex's point and his own difficulty. Then he says, but no, from now on, I want to do things differently. I want to spend more time with you.
So a renewed commitment. He's saying, okay, I messed up before, but this time is different. He wants to learn from the past.
And he tries to make it practical. He offers to help with the science project, you know, if Alex needs a hand.
That's a good move. Connecting with something that's actually important to Alex right now shows he's listening.
And then he suggests something fun. What if we go to the movies? After you finish your project, is there a new movie you want to see?
A concrete plan. Not just spend more time vaguely, but a specific activity focused on what Alex might enjoy.
He even loops Alex's mom back in, saying, after the movie, we will have dinner with your mom.
Making it a family thing, reinforcing those bonds all around.
The whole conversation wraps up with the dad just expressing how he feels. Oh, come on, you are my son. I want to make you happy. I feel it's my job as a father. Anyway, I am very happy that you spent time with me today. I hope we can do this more often.
Yeah, laying it all out there. His love, his sense of duty, and his genuine happiness about connecting, even just over breakfast.
Yeah.
And that hope for the future.
So when you step back and look at this whole exchange, what do we really see? It feels like a definite shift, right? A turning point. The father's really making an effort to reconnect.
Absolutely. It really underscores how vital that open communication is, even in just a few minutes, in a busy morning. And, you know, really hearing each other, understanding where the other person is coming from, despite busy schedules.
It does make you think, doesn't it, about that balance, the constant juggle between work, responsibilities, and actually nurturing those connections with the people who matter most. How do you manage that?
It's tough. There's no easy answer. But this little story, this snapshot of a morning, it kind of gives you hope, doesn't it? It shows that making that conscious effort, finding those shared moments, even small ones, can really make a difference and build stronger family ties.